everyone, and welcome to another session of PairOfSocks Lost here on Hero Club Live. We are Hero Club, and this is not the main thing we do on Hero Club. No. The main thing we do is our podcast, where we take our TTRPG sessions that we record live around the table, edit them down with sound effects and music into these tight little audio anthologies that are so many different genres. You can start wherever you want, and like even on the sequel seasons, because then the first one is just a prequel, baby. You just made yourself a prequel. Look at that. That's fun. Start wherever you want. We have so many genres. Let's list all of them. For sure, all of them this time. No. Okay, we have noir, western, space, animal pirates of different varieties. We have Christmases, different kinds of Christmases. We have slasher flicks. We have stoner flicks. We have Tarantino send-ups. We have werewolves. We have so many different kinds. If I missed any, please feel free to correct me by listening to every single one of our seasons. That would be very lovely of you to do. But here on Hero Club Live, we just sit around and play some good old-fashioned Dungeons & Dragons. I am your DM for this evening, Dylan McCullum. I'll tell you more about the campaign in a second, but let's talk to our players tonight, shall we? Let's go with Marty. Marty, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Abby Schneider. I do the art for Hero Club, and I'm on a lot of the seasons, and I'm playing Golzog Intestine Scarf. He's an orc monk, and Irish hot chocolate.
Ooh.
That's really good.
That sounds awesome. It's raining in Los Angeles. I'm sure you've heard
we're having all our cozy bevies.
Yeah, all our cozy bevies. Let's go on over to Hannah. Hannah, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hey, I'm Hannah. I play Mirabella Graveneye, a level 8 cleric of the Grave Domain. Put it in the ground, dig a hole, cover it up. Shh, all your secrets are gone. My fun fact this week is that it's my birthday tomorrow.
That's is.
Oh, happy upcoming.
I didn't know if you were gonna say it or if I was gonna be like, also tomorrow.
I was born. Actually, another fun fact, when I was born during another torrential downpour. Mm-hmm. Like LA had its first rain after a while, and roads were shut down and shit. And so now it's ironic that that's happening again when I'm expecting a baby. So it's interesting. We have interesting connections.
The prophecy will be completed.
Yeah, the prophecy is coming true.
The prophecy.
There is someone in a cave going like, oh.
Anna Fagerbaki.
It's Ender.
You know, the caves of Los Angeles, the classic.
The caves.
Los
There
Angeles.
are many caves.
There are.
Think of a couple.
Yeah, a couple that
with various stages of graffiti. It's
in the
fine.
same way that we have a river, which is useful every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully,
yeah,
right
like
now.
river. You know, you can kayak the river. They do tours apparently.
When?
I don't know.
When can
I knew someone who used to lead them.
Prove it.
I knew someone that used to lead them.
Okay, I believe her. I believe her.
Me too.
Let's go on over to John. John, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello, I am John Madison, who I am playing. I am playing Tone Zuzuru, a arcane turtle chef, wizard, I guess, who is his father just tried to cook him in a stew, and I guess, I don't know, we're gonna kill him, we're gonna keep him alive, I don't know. And today the sign that you can learn is orange, because I just ate 2 of them, and orange is like this. So it's going from the O to the, wait a minute, I just looked it up. I think it's the O to the S symbol twice, or the C to the S symbol twice. So it's just like you're squeezing an orange like this in front of your mouth.
Yeah.
Do you know the sign for patricide? Do you have that one on hand, potentially?
Give me a second. I'll find it.
Okay, well, you're looking at that. Jasmine, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello, I'm Jasmine. I play Zara. She's a doll, and she's also an actual doll, not like she's a doll. She's a doll.
Yeah.
And rogue, fighter, warlock.
Yeah, because she's decidedly not. She's kind of prickly.
Yeah, she's not a doll.
Yeah, she's a doll, not a doll.
She's an asshole. I love her.
That's
She's
true too. I just because I know that I'm supposed to introduce myself right now, and this is completely a tangent it's not D&D, but y'all seen that the orange test that people are giving their boyfriends on the internet?
Yeah.
No.
It's ridiculous. I've seen variations of it, but essentially the idea is if you say, "Hey, get me an orange" to your boyfriend, and they don't immediately peel it for you, bad boyfriend.
Oh.
It's the new, like, would you love me if I was a worm?
Yeah.
Does it
The
apply
answer's
to
no.
a cutie, like to a little tangerine, or does it have to be an orange?
Well, that's because honestly that would be as a boyfriend, that would be my first question. One, it would be we
Yeah.
for sure don't have any oranges in the house. Two,
Mhm.
like our cuties.
Tangerines
okay.
are so much easier to peel.
Yes,
Like
and they're
oranges are like.
and they're perfectly snack sized. They're like the exact kind of
Mhm.
like I don't think I've ever like really finished an orange. You know, I'm like I've had orange slices after a game, but I've had like maybe hundreds of cuties in my life.
That'd be an interesting stat. Like how many cuties? Have you ever seen the Robot Chicken sketch where the guy goes to heaven and like God has a book that you can ask any question to and it gives you the answer?
Yeah. I would ask that. I was like, okay, because also I drink orange juice, but like, what is the ratio to oranges to cuties that I've had in my life? I need to know. Anyway, that was just a thing that I learned about recently. That's the new trend.
Speaking of tangerines, though, I have to plug that the tangerine juice from Costco is delicious.
You have to
It
plug
is
Really?
Costco? You're plugging Costco?
plugging Costco.
We
They need
plugged
the
Bay
help.
Cities.
They need the help.
We plugged
This
Bay
little
Cities
mom
last
and
week.
pop shop.
Yeah, Bay City's the true, like, staple, like, local staple.
We went from Bay Cities to Costco. Costco's apparently has great employee benefits, actually,
I've
For
heard that they're
working there.
good, and then also they quality test all their products against the industry standard to make
Yes.
sure that all of their products are like up to snuff.
Yes,
Also
and here's a
heard-
fun fact. Kirkland vodka in blind taste tests tested higher than Grey Goose.
I love the Kirkland brand.
I do love the Kirkland brand. I hate vodka, so I wouldn't notice the difference. I would be like,
Oh,
oh.
to anyone watching at home who hasn't watched Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, you
Great.
should. They love the Kirkland brand, and it's one of the best camp movies of all time.
All right, I think I have patricide.
Great, we stalled
David.
long enough.
So
Save it for next week.
We got there.
patricide, I think, is this.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
So it's like I think it's murder of your father. I think is basically.
I mean,
what
that
it
would
means,
that
is what I'm
would make
signing.
sense to me, yeah.
Anyway,
But
Wait,
specifically
what's
you
murder?
doing
Is
it,
murder?
though, right?
let me look up. I don't know. I'm actually not sure where murder was in that sentence.
Wow, what an
Um,
unhinged opening this one was. Okay. While you're
Costco
doing that,
Murder.
let's
Whatever.
I didn't even introduce like really who I am and what the campaign is. This is a wild one. But look, here's the thing: if you're watching episode 45, you get it. But anyway, if you're new here for some reason, I'm sorry. And also, I'm Dylan McCullum. This is PairOfSocks Lost. It is based on the 5e adventure book Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but no, it's in no way based on, like, it's not anymore. I'm off the rails. I've made a monster that even I don't know how to contend with, really. Is this even going the way I wanted it to? Who knows? But it's a lot of things that I have as my inspiration, things that I think were in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight book that I just kind of went, okay, let's just take this inspiration and make it very obvious. So we have, like, Narnia, Wizard of Oz, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland. I got all three so easily. Oh, yay.
Woo!
All I have to do is just not talk for, like, a few minutes, and I'll get there. Put them all together in a blender, get some basically headcanon in my mind about what would happen if this happened to them, and then I make my friends walk through as main characters, and we've been having a great time. Yeah, so let's get into the recap, shall we? Because I'm very interested to see what happens next, personally.
And thank you to Calder82 for subscribing.
Oh, thank
We
you.
are also hyped.
Hey.
Last we left off, Taizo Zazuru, also known as Jameson here for reasons do we even care, doesn't matter, had tricked his 2 sons and their companions into eating one of his stews containing a potion that shrank them down so that he could cook them into a stew, extract them for ingredients in this world. In the fight, he mentioned betrayal, reunion, family, as ingredients that he thought he might need for the award-winning dish. Little did he know that there was someone on the outside who had not drank this potion. Zara, as a doll, fought her way through a kitchen full of self-defense, of a defense mechanism of some kind, an animated kitchen of bags of flour, cups, knives, all so that she could get to Taizo. It was a drag-down fight, both halves taking their licks, and eventually Taizo fell, head first into a bowl of soup. You are all still shrunk down at the moment. As this fight actually happened, you got shrunk down, and then only like a few minutes have passed. But you can kind of feel yourself as this calm of the battle ending, and you can hear other like things rustling, Zara, other pieces of furniture and cookware kind of clatter to the ground next to you. The pots and pans clattering to the ground, the bag of flour that was inching its way towards you, falling silent and still. You can feel something gurgling in your stomach as if the magic is somewhat wearing off soon. But in this moment, with Taizo unconscious, face first in the soup, I leave it to you. What would you like to do?
Are we big or small?
At the moment, you're, yeah, I'll just say that, like, really for brevity, you start to find yourself growing again. Not, like, instantly, but you kind of feel yourself growing so that you can, like, get yourself off the table. And you find yourself, you find yourself now back at your regular height, as the potion was really only for, like 10 minutes max, was kind of, like, the effects of it. You see very quickly Tomas kind of tentatively goes to Taizo. I'm not sure if he should save him, take him out of the soup, or leave him there. And he kind of instinctively rushes forward like, Dad!
I'm just trying to get my bearings. I will go to get his face out of the soup and throw him on the ground. And then I'll start tying him up.
Okay. I think Tomas is going to try to stabilize him. 19 medicine check. Yeah, he's not making death saves anymore. He's at 0. Face up, covered in this stew that you had theoretically ruined or done something to.
Wait a minute. When his face was in the stew, did he drink any of it?
Most likely.
So wouldn't he also?
This was not
different
the stew.
stew.
It was a different stew. He was cooking something.
Oh, it was a different stew.
Yeah.
Got it. Never mind. Okay.
And Tomas kind of shakily starts pacing in the corner like, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. Okay? try to relax.
Tomas kind of shrinks down, like just meaning like literally shrinks into himself, just kind of sits, kind of kneeling, rubbing his temples. You can see the Tomas the tomato kind of flits back and forth between you, almost as if it's like in a figure 8 configuration, kind of floating slowly between you two.
Can I search his body to make sure he doesn't have any weapons or anything on him to get out? Because I want to make sure he's tied up.
Oh yeah, make an investigation check.
And how's everyone else's health at?
I'm bad.
I'm at
12.
12.
I'm at 3
Oh, wow.
Okay.
at the moment. 'Cause I almost drowned. in my
We all
father's.
like need a long rest, right?
I mean, yeah, at some point.
That could be very helpful. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm basically just wondering if I should use my last. I have one level spell slot and one 3 level spell slot. I could use the level 3 to do like a prayer of healing situation.
For everybody.
So we could all get some stuff. Or I do have a cantrip I can use to try to get people like a little bit.
It's
I
your
don't know.
prerogative. I think it's
What's
a
the
song.
cantrip? If it's a cantrip, can't you just like keep using it
Got a
over and
dirty
over
one.
until we're all better?
I guess
No, it has to. It's a homebrewed one that Dylan let me have, but it basically depends on your hit dice. So,
Got it.
like
I
Yeah.
think just
it's-
use the number 3, and then we'll all rest pretty soon.
yeah, just no one die.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So on his person with a dirty 20, you're able to get like a chef's knife that was kind of on his person, a pretty wicked looking chef's knife. Kind of what almost like it's like a very rich deep wood, and the blade kind of ombres to blue, almost like a tempered steel, but like all the time. Then you are able to find on him, like there's like some spices, some like gloves, like for cooking. You also see like a small little notebook, like a kind of a chef's like notebook of like not a cookbook, but it does seem to have, when you look through it, a few recipes, a few theories.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pocketing all of that
Mhm.
immediately.
Is there
and I
any
just
more-
Want to tie him up?
Is there
Right.
any more betrayal that he got off us?
Good question.
So make a. I'll say this. You know that he was trying to cook you into it. He didn't actually get any betrayal off of you. It seems like he didn't.
We would have been.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
he didn't get that emotion like fully. The way that you've seen Tone collect emotions has been kind of like ethereal, like it's in the air. He's able to kind of bottle it.
Cool.
It seems like that's not at all what Taizo was trying to do.
Huh.
So we were. So hang on. So we were gonna be ingredients in the stew. Like he
I
was gonna
think-
cook us in the stew.
I think so. I think my piece of shit dad tried to. He kept whispering family and betrayal and
That's
some other things. And
That's messed up.
awful.
yeah, I don't know if there's a therapist in up here in this huge floating city, but I might.
What's a therapist?
You could ask Manfred, but I highly doubt it's going to be a nice.
Oh,
Qualified
that's a
one.
great idea. I bet Manfred would be a very good listener. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Wasn't
Yeah.
aware of that while we were fighting him, but now I'm pretty fucking rocked. That's terrifying to think about.
Maybe
Oh
back
my
at
God.
David's, we could all have a group therapy session. Doesn't matter.
What
Therapy
is
sex.
therapy?
Therapy. Have you ever, after a long battle, has any of your clan like massage their muscles or like worked out anything that might be sore?
Yes.
Okay, it's like that, but for the mind.
Like
Never mind.
Massage for your mind. Okay. Golzog, while they're talking about this, is going to go stand against the kitchen counter to see if he's back to his full height.
Like to make sure, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Make. No, you can tell you're back to your full height. You've gotten there.
Oh, thank Grumsh.
Everyone takes 17 HP, by the way.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
How's Zara feeling?
Tomas included.
Oh yeah. Well, don't really forget.
Don't forget Hot Tomas.
Tomas.
Yep.
Maribel's gonna go sit next to him, by the way.
Yeah, Tomas is kind of like head in hands. You can just hear him from the corner go like, there's a few people who will do therapy, but they make you pay out the nose, and sometimes what they'll do is they'll trade you your story, like your life story, for something. And
Oof.
So they're it's not a great system, I think, but it does seem to help some people. Oh,
Not worth it. Never mind.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Sounds more
Is
like
there-
blackmail.
It does actually.
right.
Is there anything else? Like, are all of the pots and pans with little legs? Are they done attacking us? Or are they still wandering around?
It seems like once Taizo was like incapacitated, it seems like that was ended.
Okay.
None of the pots and pans, when you look at them and with your 20 investigation check, you can see like bag of flour, pots and pans. There's seemingly like no there's no evidence of there being. It's not like they have little legs and they're just like still. It's just like a pot now. It's just a bag of flour. But also, none of you really noticed that happening for the most part. That's just Zara, who's just looking around and seeing that like nothing is stirring in the kitchen for you.
Are we still like covered in bits of soup, but now it's just
Oh
big
yeah.
bits of soup?
There, you are for sure like covered in spices and flour, and
Great.
you specifically, Maribella, are covered in soup. Just absolutely drenched in soup.
Maribella realizes this as she's sitting next to this boy who she thinks is very hot. And she just kind of looks down and realizes she's covered literally head to toe, every inch of her in fucking soup.
I will say, you do notice sitting next to you as you're covered in soup, that Tomas is like covered in cheese. Just like covered in like cheese and like bite marks that are clearly like from a rat. And
Oh no!
He is like absolutely like not like melted cheese, even though there's some of that there. You can just see like cheese crumbs like from a sharp cheddar or parmesan like in his hair.
Ooh.
And like all throughout his shell. Like there's clearly like some clumped in his shell back here. Yeah.
Maribella's gonna like kind of tap her hand on his arm as the wounds will slowly start to heal up a bit as he also gets the 17 HP. You've got some cheese in your shell. Can I get it out for you? Feels like it might be in a hard to reach spot.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
And Maribel will groom Tomas of his cheese.
Well, there's give me a persuasion check.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh god, I'm horrible at that. Good luck, me. Guidance.
Uh-huh.
I regret nothing. Ooh.
What is it?
It's a 10, but I still have my inspiration, and I'm really
Fucking
wondering if I should
Use it. Absolutely.
I mean, we'll get it back. Yeah.
Persuasion check on cheese. That's just a it's a reroll, right?
Yeah, just reroll
You take
it.
the higher.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it.
It's worse. 10.
Oh god, that's bad.
Okay. Okay. You see, make a. I'll give you this. Make an insight check.
Okay. It's my insights. Hypothetically. 16?
16. You see that as you're kind of going for the cheese, you see that there's a moment where Tomas
Oh
looks as if he's about to say something to you and starts like almost going towards your hair, like with his hand, and then
Ooh.
no. Aww.
yeah, you see him kind of like go, and then like kind of just like under his breath go like, celery. You have
It's Marabella.
no, right? All right. As Marabella keeps grooming him, chunks of celery just floating in her hair at the moment.
Can I make an insight check on him?
On him? Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you. See if he...
Thank you.
Zara, the
21.
Zara, the only one like actually covered in blood out of this. Like everyone's covered in food, and then Zara's like fully covered in like the blood of like the Achilles tendon that she slashed.
We're like, what is it? She's like, tomato
21.
sauce.
What are you trying to? What do you want to know?
Is he flirting with her? Like, is he trying and not?
You can tell that this kid, like this guy, like he is just kind of socially awkward, even though he's very attractive. Like he just doesn't. You're kind of like looking at his dad and how fucked up his dad was, and like what just happened, and he's clearly gone through some stuff. He's not like the most confident person in the world, and you can tell that you don't think he was trying to flirt, because you're like pretty sure he doesn't know how to do that, but he very clearly is like, you can see like a darker shade of green go up on his face as like he's definitely blushing.
He wanted to get this piece of celery. He just
He wanted
backed
to,
away.
and then I think you can say that you think he doesn't think he with your insight, you're looking at a guy who like doesn't think he actually got the green light, even though he is so reading it wrong.
Brutal.
Like he just doesn't fully think he's gotten the green light. Like go ahead to like make a move.
Of pulling celery off of someone.
That's his move.
Love
That's
it.
his move.
I love
I
it.
have an idea. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You have an idea?
Not with that. No,
Okay.
not about their budding relationship.
I thought you were like, oh
With
yeah,
my
let's all just like
half-brother.
dump some resources into this.
No. I'm not.
I'd like to donate my inspiration.
I hardly have any spells left. Zara, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna just like look at Tomas like blankly and just say, "Hey, Tomas, Marabella has a piece of celery in her hair. Can you get it out for her since she can't see?"
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay.
I don't have my inspiration anymore. I'm sorry, Hannah.
It's okay.
He just goes.
The whole group inspiration goes into me trying to.
He just goes. Oh, right. I didn't even. Right. I didn't notice. Yeah, if you. There is some celery in your hair. If you wanted to get that out.
Is there only one piece of celery?
Make an investigation check. I can't believe how many.
Because
rolls
I'm
are going.
fully just gonna pull out one piece.
Make an investigation
And-
check.
Okay. Jesus.
It's hilarious.
I don't want guidance. 8.
Yeah, there's only one.
Oh, thanks. No,
I
don't
like-
eat it, and she'll put it away.
I like glare at Tomas and then I roll my eyes so far back that I get a headache, and then I just he can deal with it. He's not picking up on anything.
Tomas looks at you for a moment and sees a doll covered in blood have their eyes roll back in their head and then back around, and is like, oh.
Good.
And is just like stunned silent at like this horrifying visage that he's just witnessed of this murder doll roll their eyes at him.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
What was your idea, Tone?
I was gonna... Well,
And what are you throwing
it was
into this, Tone? What are
unrelated
you
to the.
contributing?
I'm
Right, it was
not contributing about
unrelated,
this.
right, of course.
Is my piece of shit dad still knocked out?
Oh yeah, he's stable, but he is fully unconscious, and there's no real getting him up until like he's healed or if he's like yeah. I mean, honestly, at 0 you can't even benefit from like rests. So yeah, he's good. He's
Okay.
unconscious.
Sorry everybody. This guy just tried to murder us. Do we want to interrogate him or leave him here or rob him? Or what are we thinking?
This guy, that's our dad.
That's your dad. That's great. I barely had any connection to him, and I don't care to have any more of a connection to him. So, although I'm happy to be connected with you, we didn't let him die, so that's one up on us. We saved him from drowning like an old man in a bathtub. Yes, Golzog, I saw your hand is raised.
I feel like I was here the whole time and listening to most of what was going on. Did you at any point insult his honor, or like why did he try to kill us and you, his son?
I don't know. I guess I could cast Detect Thoughts on him, though. Try to figure it out.
If only there was some way of detecting what he was thinking.
Oh, I have an extremely invasive spell that I could use to do that, but I don't know if it's because he's unconscious. I also had another idea.
You've never done that to me, right?
No. I had a different idea as well. We could make him think that he killed me and wake him up.
Oh.
I could cast invisibility on myself because I still have that spell slot, a couple spell slots left. And
we searched him already,
you
right?
You fucking killed him. Yeah. But we didn't search the kitchen or the house. So
what would you want that to do? Because he wanted to kill you anyway.
Yeah, right. So he could be like, oh yes, betrayal, or whatever the hell he was monologuing about as he dropped me into that stew. Or we could just wake him up, or we could fuck off, leave him here. And, there's some nice things. I'm sure he has a bedroom. We could look for jewelry. I don't give a shit about this guy.
Above the table, last time, didn't you learn that what he had told you before about why he left or, like, didn't come back was complete bullshit? Like, he didn't want to come back, right? Like, didn't you find out that he...
Yeah, I think before the fight, we learned that everything he was saying was kind of bullshit. We also learned that my sense of taste is belonging to one of these judges at Fable Rise. They have it. So he may have some clue to that. He told us who it belonged to, right? Mm-hmm. Or who had it, didn't he? Yeah.
I
just forgot their name.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was like Gary
Bylantine.
Bylantine, one of the founders.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, the story the story that he told you was essentially that they had come to tell him that they had come and he like took your place, that he like didn't want you getting
to save
trapped.
me.
Yeah, to save you.
Bullshit.
That's clear. Yeah, I think you can probably infer that there's probably wasn't telling the truth at this point. How much of the truth though he was saying, hard to tell.
If I detected thoughts on him while he was knocked out, would that even work?
It doesn't say that they have to be awake, I think.
It just might be like more unrelated if they're having like a little dreamy
because it's like
poo or
surface
something.
thoughts. It may be a little dreamy, but
You're right. That's fair.
But you can cast it on him. There's also a good chance, and I'm making this on the fly, but I think it makes sense. There's a good chance that it might be like the last thought he had.
Yeah.
That's kind of still swimming it before he went unconscious.
Before we wake him up, do you all want to keep looking around? I know how much everybody here loves to look for loot. Does anyone want to look in his bedroom or into his drawers for jewelry or shit? Because I don't care about this guy.
It feels a little dirty because he is your blood, but at the same time, we bested him in combat. So
I definitely look around.
Great.
Yeah.
See, now everybody's awake. Let's go. You go do that, and I'll dive into his thoughts.
Can I roll an insight check on Tone?
On Tone?
Oh yeah, sure.
Roll an insight check on Tone and
On my friend. Oh, tell me, bitch. 25.
25.
You can tell her whatever you want that she notices on you. You can also make a check if you want to make it thing. It's up to you, buddy.
If you're asking me how Tone feels right now, Tone, as someone, Tone had next to zero relationship with this man, with this turtle from the beginning of their life. Just spent about 5 to 10 minutes trying to comfort what he thought was trauma of this old dude, and then discovered, that he's feeling very conflicted. It's a devious ruse, and doesn't trust him. I think in regards to family and the circle of family, he doesn't really fall inside of it.
And because I think Mirabella is just noticing you're very like manic-y almost. And you're like, I don't care about this guy, blah, blah, blah. And she just
also might be deflecting, but I think truly it's I think he's probably responding in a defensive way because he just almost got murdered by his father. I don't know. I think that's probably how I/he is feeling right now. I don't care if you rob him.
Okay.
You see, Tomas kind of almost goes to like say something, and then just sits, like goes outside to the kitchen and just sits at the table.
You okay, Tomas?
I thought that it would go differently.
How does he usually act around you?
Well, he's very dedicated. He was always very dedicated to his work and his passion, and he always acted like he ever since my mom died, he didn't really show much love in that way, but I just figured that he was, everyone always said he's a genius, and that it makes sense. He's trying to be the best in the world, and in all worlds, all universes, at this one thing, and like how lucky we are to be around him, and he was nice enough for a while. I just thought maybe that he missed you or that life, and I thought that it would fix it all.
I think you can only judge somebody by how they treat you, and I think, Tomas, you need to try to let go of trying to fix him or trying to make him a better father or something. I'm sorry. I'm happy to have met you and be with you, but I I think it's extremely destructive to try to save him or make it better. So,
But he's all I got.
no, that's not true. You've got me.
Yeah, but I mean, do you even want a brother?
I do. I didn't think I did. I didn't have anyone. But I like being around you, and I think we should still go get tattoos of something. I don't know what. I've never gotten a tattoo, but I think I've learned a lot about myself just by being around you, and that had nothing to do with my dad. And I think some part of you wants to fly and break free, you know? So
Okay.
I'm very sorry that I haven't been around to, be with you. So
Is Zara gonna kill him?
I honestly don't know. I kind of let her do her own thing, you know?
Can you just... I have a lot to think about, and I want to, I still want to do all the things I said with you as well, and I still want to enter the competition, but can you just do me one favor? Can you make sure that Zara doesn't go into my room? I just don't want her touching my stuff. Anyone else can. She just scares me.
I can't promise that. Honestly, I can't. Usually, if there's any moment of quiet, they turn over any piece of furniture or pots or pans, anything to find pieces of gold or magical trinkets. And I'll try. I'll say something. Is there something on your door or something to indicate that it's your room? Sorry, go
Is
ahead,
this
Wilson.
conversation happening in the same room as the rest of us?
No, it's in the dining room.
Okay, well, you cut to me lifting, Golzog lifting a chair, like, cartoonishly over his head, looking at the ground, and then tossing the chair aside.
Yeah. We'll cut on over.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. We'll cut on over to...
That was great. That was a great cutaway.
Lifting up a dresser on one side so Zara can run underneath and, like, scour for...
Yeah, so we'll cut over. I feel like at least Zara and Gulls, you would have gone searching the rest of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
I
Okay.
mean...
We'll cut over...
Moment of the cloth.
We'll cut over to you as
But come on,
as
we're all
these two sons are grappling with their unconscious father, complicated relationship with this man in the kitchen and dining room. You all, what are you all doing? What are you?
Just ransacking the place. Just
Who has the best investigation out of all of us? Mine's +4.
I have +4.
Mine plus
Mine
7.
+1.
Right. Sarah, good luck. And I'm going to give you a guidance.
Thanks. All right, I'm going for it. Guidance is a D4, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, are we all rolling investigation checks?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you all roll
technically am
investigation
not.
checks. I will say, by the way, just before we jump, you'll see that as you're walking up, you'll see a walking potpourri dish, just kind of walking past you
yeah.
towards towards the room. For a moment, you get afraid that it's going to attack you, but it just walked right past you, Zara. But what are your investigation checks?
Nat 20.
Wow.
Oh,
Let's go with
shit.
his.
Yeah.
Mine's not good.
Which
It's all in Tomas's room.
17.
17. Okay, so there's clearly a bigger room. There's a storeroom somewhere else, like that seems to be for like food. There is a cellar. But then there's also the big room, which is like a main room upstairs, and then there's like an offshoot room, which is, I think you could clearly tell it's like probably Tomas's. But Taizo's seems to be the big room. Where are you starting with the nat 20?
Give me the quick list. There's the offshoot room that's Tomas's. There's a storeroom.
Yeah, there's a storeroom. There's a cellar. There's basically Tomas's room and Taizo's room.
Taizo's bedroom. There's Taizo's room is where I'm starting.
Okay. You walk into Taizo's room. It's like pretty lush. It's like nice. There's clearly like, to have a house like this, it's very well adorned. There's like in evidence of that it used to be like a suite for like a couple, like a suite for two people, that there's like a larger bed, 2 bedside tables.
Oh my god, this guy is so selfish. What, a room big enough for one person isn't enough for him? What a piece of crap.
You do see those strewn about the floor pretty quickly, and this is what is getting to you, is that in his room you do see like kind of strewn across the floor, and almost like an obsessive conspiracy theorist, you see papers strewn about, stuck to the walls, and you think you're about to see like a conspiracy theory of some kind, but really it's just like a bunch of different lists of recipes that are like crossed out, different ingredients, places to potentially find those ingredients. You can see that there are like notes with a nat 20. You're able to see notes that are potentially talking about like talking about the Darling Corporation, talking about the Lollipop Guild, talking about the Weavers Guild, like about different agreements he has to like get different ingredients. He was clearly going through like some back channels to get to some like weird stuff, be it like moon crystals or just like very rare spices, as well as some rarer emotions like murderous intent, like just like some darker emotions and thoughts and feelings that he was kind of trying to find ways around to get. It was very clear that he was trying to make a recipe of some kind, and he was failing at it. He was failing at doing this.
Okay.
You're able to get all those papers. You're able to get, like, if you ever wanted the research or info of, like, how to get certain, or, like, what people may know how to get certain rare ingredients. You definitely have that. It'll be like a bonus to that check, basically.
Oh, so if we need to get any sort of ingredient, we can get it now.
You now have like, you know where to go, you know who to contact potentially with certain things. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll help.
We now know where to get that hookup. Great. The Note app, oh god. Hell yeah. What else is around?
In his room, what else is around? You see that there's a various knickknacks. You see that there's some like chef outfits inside the closet. You see that there's some nicer clothes inside the closets. You're able to find some jewelry, some jewels kind of just laying around. I'd say that you get around like 500 gold worth of stuff in here. With a nat 20 though, you're also able to find a slip for a deposit box. You find a slip for a deposit box, and it specifically has like the Darling family on it.
Oh. Wait, meaning it's the Darling family's deposit box, or it's one of their deposit boxes that they are
it's very clear,
custodians?
like you had seen in the pillow fort, that whole like deposit box room.
Yep.
It's possible that there's more than just that room. But also, yeah, and
but it's a Darling family deposit box.
But it leads you to believe that he had a deal of some kind with the Darling family. Potentially like a IOU, one of those deals that they were doing. But other than that, there's not much in his room of any kind of...
Great. And just real quick above the table, guys. 500 divided by 4. Does everybody just want to put 125 gold in their inventory? That's 500 divided by 4.
That's very kind of you.
Hey.
If you want,
Hey, we're a team,
You're nat 20.
y'all. No. Absolutely. No, I'm sharing it with the group. 125 gold for everybody.
Okay, where else are
Yeah.
you going? And we'll have someone else be finding it, but where else are you going?
Where should we go next, guys? Cellar?
Tomas's room.
Not there. How did I know you were going to say that?
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Run before he says anything.
They can't hear me. I'm sorry. It's big
so
house.
Zara's going into Tomas's room. If anyone else wants to join her, they can.
Yeah, Tone, what is... Ow! I was lightly stabbed by Zara.
I search the room.
Okay.
Golzog is coming in to protest that she searched the room, but is very curious about what she finds.
Mhm.
He said he didn't care about his father's house, which includes this room. So I feel like it's
I
fair
don't
game.
think that's in the spirit of what he
100%
said.
fair game, and I searched it.
Okay.
I really don't think you should
I
be
did
searching
pretty
in here.
well.
What did you
What
find?
did you get?
23.
23. So as you can, you've seen Tomas. He just kind of like works as a as like a essentially a bar back kind of in the restaurant that he works at. It looks like kind of the equivalent of a fantasy 20-something-year-old's back at home room. Like he's living at home, which makes total sense. But like you see, there are books strewn about the place. It's very tasteful.
Anything good?
There are you can see you see like the equivalent of like basically a like cooking for dummies, like how to be a cook.
Oh.
Written by, and it's like a fae. Does anyone read Sylvan?
Oh, you know what?
I read dwarf.
I read Thieves' Cant.
I
Nothing
don't think I
infused.
have
I
it
got a
yet.
spell for that, but I'm not there.
I don't think my Visage of the Astral Self lets me understand languages yet. Nope.
Cool. It's like it's very clearly like that. There's a translation of what the book is, but it's like in Sylvan. There is there very good Hales. Yes, the Sylvan chef Gaia Fieri.
Oh, amazing.
That's very
we'll
funny.
we'll say it's canon.
That's very
That is what's happening there.
Fuck.
Yay.
good. It's very good.
From the realm of Flavor Town. Then there's also, you see a couple of romance novels that he has on his bed.
Aw. And then
How
a
did
bunch
he
of
not
porn.
pick up on?
Titles. Give me titles right now.
Search for fan fiction. Search his
titles?
computer for fan fiction.
The Courtesan's Apprentice.
No.
Okay, cool.
There's Heart of the Mountain. Yeah, so there's Heart of the Mountain. There's Skies, Lies.
And butterflies.
No, it doesn't. There's no and. It's just Skies,
Oh.
Lies.
Oh.
Skies Lies.
Skies, Lies. And then there's one more, which seems like to be the most like hallmark-y of them, which is just a dollop of love. And I have made that one up. The other ones I had on hand, but I'm just adding that one. A dollop of
Did
love.
you really have him on hand?
I had one on hand, but I figured, no, he has multiple. He has more than one. That seems to
God.
be like his he has those. You also see with the 23, you see like a childhood drawing. Like clearly childhood. You hope it was drawn when he was a child. At least you hope that he was drawn when he was a child. But it's of like him and his mom and his dad. Like it's like a classic, like him and his mom and dad holding hands. And you also find like a book kind of tucked away. This one is tucked away. This one was hidden. And it was like a book on magic. A book on like trying to figure out spells, like wizard spells of some kind. And like there are like notes in the margins as you're like leafing through it of like, do I find a teacher? How do I explain this? Like I lit myself on fire. You do find a like a diary as well. With a 23, you find a diary.
I hand the diary to Maribella.
Decisions.
I did not go in.
Okay,
Oh, you didn't go in.
Okay.
No, it feels too invasive.
You're right.
and-
That's what I've been saying this whole time. As
No, I
Gozog like
would've just-
opens a drawer. Like,
I would have just gone to the cellar.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine.
I want to be invited to Tone's room.
Ooh. Wait, not Tone. I'm Tone.
Oh, right, Tomas's room.
What the magic book?
I mean,
What is sort of like the general
it's a twist.
subject of the magic?
The general subject is conjuration. It's like and there is a page that's dog-eared, and it's kind of like it's basically like spell scrolls, you know, but like kind of basic spells. And you can see that the spell Find Familiar was dog-eared. And like this is like a very basic spell book. But he kind of outlines where like it talks about how Find Familiar like kind of captures, or not captures, but kind of entices a fey spirit of some kind to be like your familiar, your friend, and it can takes the shape of whatever you need it to. And there are like some notes in the margins of, you know, maybe this would work. A very sad note that you kind of just read to yourself. It's like, maybe I'd have a friend. And it says like, I'll go to the, like, it has the list of like an address or a location that says like the Familiar Farm.
oh,
All right,
let's take that address down.
Yeah, I write the address down.
Yeah, okay, you write the address down. It is, it seems to be in the city. It seems to be, kind of like near the lower spirals, but you can see that it from the addresses that you've seen, it's kind of hard for you to tell exactly in the city where it is. It feels like something that you might have to take to a Manfred or something to be like, hey, where the hell is this? You take down the Familiar Farm. Yeah, and you do have his diary if you want it.
Before I leave the room, I am gonna look at the diary. I'm not gonna like read it thoroughly, but I want to like scan it to see if there's anything like interesting, like about the Darling family or about.
Make an investigation check, just another one, just to see like you scanning this book quickly.
You guys, we all have to do better. Me especially. To all this talk of familiars, and I forgot during the fight that my Arms of the Astral Self summon Ladybug. It won't happen again.
Oh, well.
13?
Crap.
I know, I'm upset.
Yeah, it summons Lady. I was it a insta summon? Yes, I believe it was. And it's 10 temporary hit points, right?
The Ladybug thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part, but yeah,
I'm pretty sure I did, because it's not a familiar that you get summon. It's it's essentially the bestial summon that.
She's
Griselda
basically she's my friend.
She is your friend. It is, but now we'll remember.
Oh, I did not take that down, but I will put down
That it's
that.
essentially it gives you what like the bear totem was, but it's the ladybug totem, and it doesn't scale any further, but it's like 10 temporary hit points. I forgot if personally I even forgot, so don't worry. Of like I remember that you had it, but I forgot that I thought it might have been like a separate action that you had to do to summon
I
it.
thought you told me that it's Let me see if I have
With
that
the
right.
arms. I think you're probably right, but okay. That's why I wasn't correcting. You were saying like, hey, remember? Anyway, oinks in chat. Oinks in chat for Ladybug. Okay, what did you get on your investigation check?
13.
13. You're not able to see much about like the Darling family or anything like that. You're able to see like the section where he found out about Tone. Basically like you also saw this as well. I forgot to mention this, but because it wasn't really needed, but you saw like facts about articles in Taizo's room, or at least about his old life. Basically, like things about his old life, his old home, like, and that's kind of clearly what Tomas finally found out. And he's like, "Oh my God, I have a brother. Going to see if I can find a way to contact him. Maybe this will change everything." Like it seems very hopeful, very excited. And there's a couple of like things in the diary too about like it actually worked. Like later down, like it worked. Made contact with him. He's with some friends. I can't communicate with him, but I'm seeing them. And you see a list of the names of the friends, which are you all. And there's like notes on them. Says like Griselda, very odd but passionate. Like born leader, maybe? Princess, I think. Golzog just goes,
These are notes that he took down about us?
Mm-hmm.
because he's been like watching you occasionally through Tomas.
What a creep.
Yeah. He goes like, Golzog, very brave.
Oh.
He has like Marabella. And you got a 13, right?
Yeah.
And it just says, I've never seen eyes like hers before. That's all it says.
So tired.
I was gonna say huge bags.
Yeah, you have no idea what he means by that, but that's what he's written.
So sweet.
Next to Zara, he just writes, I don't know about Zara. Scares me. Kinda mean to that kid. And then he like writes, you can kind of see this is kind of sweet. He just like writes on and on about Tone. Like he seems so smart and funny and kind to everyone, and everyone says that he's a good cook. Like it's just like writing. Like clearly he didn't really like he cared a little about you guys, but it's just like a full paragraph about his
Oh
brother.
my god. Biased much?
I satisfied with what he wrote about me. I put the diary away.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, what was in that diary?
Facts.
Cool. And then goes up, walks out, doesn't follow up.
You just hear in your ear, like in your head, Zara. He seems like kind of a loser.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything. Marabella really likes him.
You're not gonna say anything? Why?
Golzog pops his head back in. You call me?
No, I'm good.
Okay, it just sounds like you're talking.
I am.
Okay. Golzog goes around the corner and then clip-clops his feet, but doesn't leave.
Make a deception check.
Clops.
Should I roll a
Shout out
perception
to Clip
against
and
it?
Clop.
Yeah.
18 on the deception.
Oh, 14 on the perception.
Okay. It's actually fooled you. That he's got around the corner. I think.
Golzog
I
listens.
think for
Can
you.
I?
What's up?
Can I hear the cat or just Zara?
No, again, it's all in her head. This
Great.
is all in her head. So you're not going to say anything? You're not going to rock the boat? Use that information? Have some fun?
To what end?
I don't know. Chaos?
There's chaos elsewhere. Trust me.
Am I hearing the Zara parts?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you are. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
great.
hearing it. I think you are growing soft.
I think you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
You're so mean. You're so mean.
Oh, I thought I was going soft. I thought I was
you
going
are.
soft.
You are. There are clearly people you care about, and it's just not me.
Look, if she wants to have a crush on a complete loser, that's completely fine with me. It doesn't concern me.
But it does. Because you're not going to tell her that she has a crush on a complete loser. You think it'd be better if she just had a crush on someone that she thinks is nice. You like her.
I don't hate her.
She's your friend.
Oh, what? Are you jealous? Because you're not my friend?
So you're saying that she's a friend?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're not my friend.
So you won't even admit that you have a friend. You know what? You know what's the saddest thing? Is that maybe
you keep
you're
talking
the
to me
loser.
even though I don't care?
I think you're the loser, actually. If you think
Oh,
about
okay,
it.
yeah, I'm the loser, the one who just stabbed the Achilles tendon of a giant turtle. Yeah, I'm the loser, okay.
Oh, and felt nothing. You felt nothing in your black heart.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fucking cool.
Oh, is it cool? Is it cool
Yeah.
to feel nothing as you murder wantonly?
Yeah, it is.
You're right.
Just-
It's fucking awesome, and I love it. But the thing is that I feel like you are a hard nut to crack.
Good.
How thin are the floors in this?
Only goals like yours.
Nice.
Only goals
Okay,
like yours.
okay.
And I'm
Okay.
only hearing half of it.
Yeah, you're only hearing half of it. We will now transition down into the cellar where Marabella is. Marabella, make an investigation check in the cellar.
I did earlier, and it was a 17.
A 17, okay. You see in the cellar, it's like a little bit dusty, and you kind of tap a torch, and it's like an ever, like, you know, burning flame starts going, and you see a lot of like bottles of wine. But more importantly, and like that looks nice, and there's like some good bottles of wine, and clearly, you know, he is like the head chef of a pretty big like hotel restaurant here. He has some money, and like a lot of it seems to be in this like a wine collection. But you also notice like a lot of strewn about second place, third place like trophies from the competition. Just like strewn about collecting dust in the corner.
I have a thought here.
I also have
bet-
a thought.
I bet there isn't a first place trophy. Sorry.
Well, yeah, he's never.
Yeah.
I'm so
Wait a
stupid.
minute, yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm writing in all caps on the notes, no first place.
Wait a minute, but how did the check go? Are there?
Are there first place trophies? No, there are
He's
no
never
first place
won.
trophies. He's never won.
All of it.
Let's go.
He's never won.
Was there other stuff, or is it the wine and the trophies? 'Cause
It seems to be the
I have
wine
ideas.
and the trophies. With a 17, yeah, it seems to be a wine and the trophies.
Can I definitely want to. How many trophies are there?
There are about 5 of them.
Oh, I'm going to take all of them
Okay.
and bring them upstairs. But also, I want to definitely pocket a few of the like most expensive looking bottles of wine.
Get as many as possible.
Yeah, as many as I can. Like the dustiest, like
Yeah.
what's the oldest, what's the finest aged, what's the one that
Fucking party at
reunites
David's.
what's the one that reunites the parents in the Parent Trap? Like that's the level.
I will say, make
the 1993 whatever that was.
make a history check, because as you're looking through them, you can find like the dustiest ones. That's easy, you can get those. But you're starting to see labels of like these are wines from all different cities, regions, and also realms of the of like there's like wine from like Avernus. There's like wine from like the astral plane. Like it's very wild. You know,
We got to take all of these because this will be
10?
Okay.
Other than what we keep for ourselves,
Worth so much. Yeah.
This can be the beginning of the wine collection at David.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, incredible. This is really like, we're just going to rob this man.
Toss him in the bag of holding. Toss him like, can I retroactively
delicately.
have given...
like wrap them up in
I'll
like
say
dish
that
towels.
We're like Robin Hood.
You will eventually tell them that you found this cellar of wine, and I'll say that you were able to put basically all of them in to start the collection. You don't know the price, and you need to get it like appraised. You don't know exactly how much it would be.
But we know.
But also it depends on like how much you want to keep for David as a collection and how much you want to hawk later.
This is fucking incredible.
But
that's
like
know
essentially like there was 500 gold upstairs. This is like the actual like treasure hoard. You know, like this is like the gold hoard is this
from
wine.
being around Tone so much. I know how, I don't know how valuable this is, but I know how valuable this is. So I'm really stoked on it.
So we'll see.
But as I'm bringing all the second and third place trophies up, I'm gonna clean them off, and then I want to I don't know what we're gonna be doing with Dickhead McGee, but if we're gonna leave him there, I'll just hold off until we know what we're gonna do with him. No, I want to place them around his body.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wow.
Just so he's surrounded by his second and third place prizes.
Sometimes, Hannah, you have instincts that I find troublingly close to my own.
Beautiful. It's poetic.
As you walk past, and we'll transition as you like walk past to at least put the trophies down and like kind of mention that there's the wine cellar. You walk past Tomas and Tone once again. In this time, what were you doing after you kind of had this little conversation?
Well, I want to check it, but I want to do something. But before I do that, I want to check in with Tomas. Can I just do like, is he feeling any better after my attempt at a pep talk with him?
Make an insight check. Okay. Why not? It's D&D.
That's fair. 6.
You don't know how you feel about your own damn self.
Yeah, that's a good
in this
point.
moment. You are hoping that it's working, but you barely understand what's going on with you.
I have above the table instinct that I'd love to check on. But first I just wanted to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. There are some like various magical auras on things. It seems like the animated, like you can almost feel like a faintly dying like magical aura on certain things. You do get like, you know, some of the spices are magical as you've gotten kind of used to them being emotions or very you know, various things of like ruby dust as like an ingredient, or like very rare like different hairs from magical creatures as part of a, you know, it's almost like making a potion or brewing a potion, but cooking. You get like a faint magical aura off of the chef's knife that you got.
I guess I could do it now, but I was gonna do it later. So my above the table instinct, I'm wondering if there's, first of all, I want to take some of that as a bunch of the ingredients if I could, just for later. And I know I took the book that was on him, which I'll examine later. Is there any sign of like hidden panels or hidden doors?
Oh, in the kitchen itself?
In the kitchen, I guess I could check other.
Well, either in the kitchen or in the dining room. Which one are you?
In the kitchen. Or
make an investigation check.
He just seems like the kind of guy to live a double life. 15.
15. You don't find any like hidden rooms or anything like that,
Okay.
but you are able to in the kitchen find a pretty like tattered old tome, like almost that looks like a spell book, but it is a cookbook. It is a cookbook specifically. You can see it's like the cookbook specifically says like Taizo, but he has like crossed it out, written like Jameson, and
Okay.
there are recipes in here.
Cool. And they could also do an Arcana check on the knife.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
24.
I mean, so Arcana check can't really tell you exactly what it is. What are you trying to learn about it?
If it's magical, like what school of magic, or
Mm-hmm.
like is it something that I would need to attune to, or someone else could?
I think detect magic does give you the school. If I'm not
Well, the
mistaken.
tech magic does, yeah. So you would already know that one. That one is enchantment. And you can feel like this is definitely not a combat weapon or like a knife. It's definitely not for combat or anything like that. It feels more like it is like an incredible chef's knife, but it doesn't feel like it should be used to hurt people. It could. It feels more like a wand of some kind, of like how to channel energy through.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like a it feels more like a spellcasting focus than it does like an item you have to attune to. Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll look
Fucking
more into
sick.
it. Sick. I think what I'd love to do is take some soup. It's not scalding hot or anything, right? Is it? Can I have turned off the oven?
At this point, no, it's not. And also, it was more scalding hot when you were like very small. It's still hot.
Oh yeah, good point.
But it's different. Yeah.
All right. Instead of doing that, I'd love to just make sure he's tied up, maybe tied to a chair, and I mean really tied up.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure, I cast tech magic. There's nothing magical on him.
No, you guys got everything off of him.
I want to make sure that he's not gonna fuck off, and then I want to. I guess I'll cast detect thoughts first and see what's in his head, and then we'll wake him up.
Okay.
And then I think just so it doesn't run out, I'll use my second, whatever the hell, my extended spell. So one of my sorcery points just to extend the detect thoughts on him.
Okay. You cast detect thoughts on your unconscious father, this man in front of you. You start peering into this unconscious being. You're not able to get any active thoughts, but you are able to kind of peer into a dreamscape of some kind, but there's a lingering thought, the last thought that was in his mind as he went unconscious, before you delve deeper. And the last thought, just surface thought, that you get is, that's the best thing I've ever tasted.
Got it. Oh, fucking weirdo. Okay, I'll yeah, please. Hey, Metabella. What
Just
are you
holding
doing
all
with
the
all
second
these?
and third,
Yeah.
second and third place trophies. I want to humble this asshat who tried to kill us. So I'm just gonna kind of put these around him, and then I kind of had an idea,
Nice.
like for dramatic flair with this soup.
Yeah. Yes, love it. And Golzog, I think, has.
Can I come in after
Yeah,
Maribel?
you can all, now we're like free, you can all come down and...
You guys. before I forgot about her and she turned into a doll, did Zara, like, talk to herself?
Oh, hey, Zara.
Ah!
Um,
She here?
None of us had really like seen her talk to herself, right?
no.
No.
I mean, I fully
I
spoke
don't
to
think
the
I
cat,
have.
but I
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Yeah,
so.
the only person
Yeah.
actually that did do that was Golzog. I think Golzog mentioned it before. But
What
yeah,
about
you
the
haven't really
laser
seen
tag arena?
Well,
Weren't we
I mean,
watching her talk?
You all know. Well, no, the laser tag. The cat sometimes appears in front of you all, and sometimes the cat talks to just her. Ever since the body swap, it's been more like talking to just her.
Oh, I see.
Because of the warlock patron nature of it, it's a little bit more of a one-on-one person like conversation now.
Right.
And you all still don't know a lot about what happened to Zara.
Yeah.
Zara is,
Yeah, that's
as we
true.
all know, not a big talker when it comes to herself.
She's a pretty close to the vest kind of gal.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she's doing it. I noticed her talking, and I came in and I asked if she called me, and she said no. And then I did this great move that I thought of in the moment, where I pretended to walk away, but I stayed there and I listened. I was a little nosy, and she just like kept saying, and then if I can, I'm gonna recount what I heard her say, which was like something about how she's totally fine to. I don't remember exactly what it was, but her side of the conversation.
Do you do all of her side of the conversation?
No, just whatever really stuck out, like the.
What does that mean?
The.
Because
stuff...
there's a moment where she screamed, "If she wants to have a crush on a loser, that's fine with me." Do you want to say that in front of everyone?
Not that part.
Okay. That's really the only part I give a shit about. That I was like, that.
No,
seems...
the thing about like you're
You're
not
like,
my
oh.
friend. The you're not my friend and some of the other stuff.
Okay.
Like any violent things she mentioned, I don't really remember.
Okay.
But
It's maybe
The guy
it's
we're talking with.
a thing that dolls do. You know, I don't know.
But she's
there's-
not like a doll, right? She's like another thing inside of a doll.
Can I
A human.
insight check that? Zara talking to herself?
Oh, sure.
Botch. I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, you. The only thing in your mind that could even possibly be the case is that sometimes you talk to like your god in your head, but you're like, there's no way that Zara's religious, so
Yeah.
that can't be it.
I'm gonna chew on that a bit longer. Yeah, I was thinking we could like spill over the soup dramatically on the floor in front of him, or surround him with his failure of a soup that he couldn't get right until he had you. But that also could be too dramatic. What do you think?
I like it. Yes,
Ooh.
yes, and whatever Golzog's about to say.
A thing that they do in the Broken Spine Canyon is they'll cut off the leading chieftain's arms and legs and leave him alive, and then impale him on a spike and leave him at the edge of the camp as a warning. Should we do that?
No.
I've always been uncomfortable with the idea, but it is a thing that we do sometimes.
No.
Okay, cool.
think
It is
we
more of a
might-
keep him alive and humble him situation. I got it.
I don't know the laws of Fable Rise, but I think mutilating someone and leaving them, it might not go over well.
Tomas
Yes.
just raises their hand.
Thomas, I
I
love
would-
these. I love yes to almost
I would
everything.
prefer if you didn't mutilate a body.
Okay, that's a
I
no
would
for the
also
mutilation
prefer
and a
that.
yes for the mutilation.
I'm just trying to be helpful with
All,
ideas.
all right.
Tone,
Mirabella.
are we leaving?
I thought maybe I could dive into his thoughts and see if I could uncover any piece of information. And yes, I've had a horrible day. I'd like to get the fuck out of here. But why?
Well, I don't know what else there is to gain out of him, and I'm worried that it just might hurt you more.
Huh. Tomas?
That's really sweet and thoughtful.
Tomas, what do you want to do?
He shrunk Tomas too, right?
Mm-hmm. He did.
What
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Tomas, I want to know why, but I don't want to hear his voice right now.
Okay,
feel
let's
like-
not.
I feel like everything that he would say is a lie of some kind. He's been lying to me my whole life. And now I don't think that he'd, And he kind of, like, just looks at, like, the second place and third place trophies. And he's... Yeah, he, I don't know what I want. But I just, I want him to know that he was wrong. I want him to apologize, but I don't think he will, so... Maybe it's best if he just wakes up alone.
Do you want to come back to David's and stay with us?
Yeah,
I don't think it's safe for you to stay here.
I agree. Fuck this place. I've
Yeah.
really said that a lot today.
I just have to get things from my room. No one went in there, right?
I've been down here with you. I assume.
He just,
I went
he
in
just
the
looks
cellar.
around. He just looks around. He rolled a nat 20. She went in my room, didn't she?
Who? Golzog says who and then leaves the room.
I think on that, as we kind of figure out exactly what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break. Everyone stretch their legs, get a snack, get a drink, and we will pick up wherever Zara is in the house, and also what you all decide to do with Taizo.
She's packed a bag for him already.
All is
Hey,
forgiven.
you're gonna need this, I think.
Take
all right,
your cooking for dummies and a romance book.
we'll see you in a second, gang. We'll be right back.
Movie game.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so we're back in the moment. Zara, what have you been doing since the cat stopped talking to you?
Is there any other? Are there any other rooms on the floor that I'm on, or was it just the 2 bedrooms?
Like those bedrooms, like a bathroom. Other than that, no.
I just do a quick cursory glance and then probably head back. I'm guessing I probably know that Marabella went down to the cellar.
Yeah, most likely. There's the only room that hasn't been checked is like a storeroom, under the, on the second level. Which you can check if you want.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick check.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. You get into the storeroom and it is mostly just like like other food, like non-perishables, like food that you could be like, hey, check this out. It's like dried meats, cheeses, that kind of stuff. But with a nat 20, you do notice like kind of like a false bottom to a crate. And you go and you check it. And you see inside this false bottom just a whole lot of... There's just like some gold coins. But then you see just this one ruby encrusted glove.
Ooh.
Just like a ruby encrusted glove. Like almost like sheer. Like a sheer glove, but like that just has like rubies. Like almost if you were to wear it, it would be like rubies just kind of dancing down your hand.
Like the Michael Jackson glove, but with rubies instead of rhinestones?
A little bit, but not as, but a little bit more spaced out. Not as like just full bedazzled, but like almost like, tastefully kind of playing.
Thanos goblet?
Thanos goblet? No. Not gauntlet either.
Gauntlet.
Can I make an investigation or arcana check?
Which one?
I'll do an arcana check.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20!
Nat 20, Jesus Christ. You remember specifically that before Griselda went and became the ruler of Yan, one of the things that she was saying to you all was that I need a piece of ruby clothing. Like I need a piece of ruby, something ruby, that it seemed to be like important to her. You do get like a faint, a definitely magical aura coming off of this thing.
But I don't know what it does.
You don't know what it does, and you didn't really know why Griselda needed it in the first place. But you do remember that she did say she needed it.
Can I do a history check to see if I remember any more, or is it just she didn't say anything?
This isn't even like a memory thing. Like she didn't really explain what it was she needed it for. It seemed to be something to do with like what was going on in Yan, but things kind of like got circumvented in some ways. Yeah.
I put it on.
Okay, you put it on. With that nat 20 though, you just in your head once again. Well, look at what you found. Isn't that fascinating?
Do you know what it is?
I do. I know everything.
Golzog, having just left the other conversation, comes and stands in the doorway and just sweating.
I'll say make a perception check, Golzog, guys, because you were going upstairs. So let's see if you even hear this.
Great.
Can I do a stealth
9.
check and
Yeah, do a stealth. I'll do a stealth check, but I'll say probably with a 9 that you actually go upstairs.
I just straight up miss you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
miss her. As
Great.
funny as it would be, you do miss her.
I'm hyperventilating in the bathroom then.
I feel like it might be almost too powerful for you.
I already put the glove on, right?
Yeah, you did, but that doesn't mean you attuned to it or anything like that.
Insight check?
Mhm.
Nat 20?
I'm
Not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Christ.
It truly bounced off the edge of the thing.
Tell her
and-
everything there
my
is to know about this
fucking
ruby
God.
gauntlet.
Oh my god.
This ruby glove.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. A long time ago. A very long time ago. There used to be what was almost like something that fell from the stars. Some say it was a star itself, but it was actually a large rock of ruby. At least that's what we thought it might be. It seemed to be chaotic, very powerful magic. And of course, the High Fae being the High Fae didn't really care about that. They just made clothing out of it because it was so fabulous. But then things started to change, and people started realizing what it could do. And so those who had it coveted it, and those who had it and knew what they would do, they were killed for it. And thus they were scattered across the land. They had very magical properties. If I remember correctly, old Dottie was in possession of one at one time. She was given them so that she could go home. But she worded it incorrectly. Each one of these articles of ruby clothing, they contain a wish. A singular wish. Interesting. You'd think that this horrid chef, who was totally fine with killing his 2 sons in order to win, would have at least one time wished for his success. But maybe that's why he put it here. Maybe he wanted to win on his own merits. Maybe this was a last resort. Or maybe he just didn't know how to word it correctly. Either way, you, my best friend, are in possession of a wishing stone.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Fuck yeah.
I put the glove in my pack.
Great, can't wait to hear about it.
So yeah, it does what you think it does. It's a one-time use of wish.
Okay, the spell wish. There's
Mhm.
a spell. Okay.
Oh, you've never heard of the spell?
No.
Oh,
Have
wait,
fun.
Jasmine, you haven't heard of the Wish spell?
No.
It's like the most powerful spell in D&D.
Have fun.
The description is so long.
Don't break the world.
The description is so long.
I
fuck
wish
everything up.
everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, be careful.
Be careful, and also how you word it, when you decide to use it, but also how it might change things in the world. The fact that Zara has it is so fucking funny.
That's honestly hilarious.
Okay,
It should be this way, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
So there are more though. This is not just the only one because they were scattered.
There's potentially more, yeah. this was one of the locations of one of them.
Well,
I
there's not a
can't
pair of
believe-
goddamn ruby slippers
Oh,
somewhere.
and I'll tell you right
I'm
now.
a monkey's uncle.
I'll tell you right now. You needed a nat 20 to find it.
Guys,
Holy fuck.
if we play our cards right, our party is in possession of a slice of pizza that regenerates when you eat it.
You're right.
Pretty cool.
You're right.
Fuck.
So you
Wow.
get that. You just. This is
You get
not
that.
unlike. This is not like in terms of impact. It's not unlike the moment that Natasha nat 20'd with the unicorn. It's not
Mhm.
unlike that. Where I'm like, I won't make it seem like it's a big deal. They'll think it's fine. They'll think it's not a thing at all. Okay, you have that.
Ooh. If
Uh,
I ever needed 3 nat 20s in a row.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, no
I
shit. And you
can't
got
wait to see. I feel like I can't wait to see what you use it on, but I know that also having one singular wish means that you never want to waste it. So I don't.
I know, but I have like that's just such the psychology of it. I'm gonna find a use for it. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna hire a lawyer or something. Okay, so you check the storeroom again. Not much else except that. You walk back as the rest of the group are deciding what to do with Taizo. Tomas basically gives you the idea that he wants to talk to his father really bad, but it seems like the last thing he wants to do is kind of hear him right now. But he's kind of also deferring it to you because of like it seems like he's deferring to you.
To Tone?
Yeah, to Tone.
Do we think there's anything useful to be gained by talking to him and reading his mind, or is it?
I don't know. Your call, man. I think, like, what would you ask him? I think he kind of revealed what his plan was, where your taste is, and that he's a lying
you're
sack
right.
of shit, and that he left and didn't come back on purpose.
I think it's a more badass move to just leave him with all of his trophies. What do you say, Marty?
Oh, I was gonna say, if you want to, like, leave a note saying how you're feeling and that you're upset with him, you can. But I think I agree that it's a real badass move.
I'm mad at you.
Hey, I don't care for what you did at all. But I agree that maybe let's leave him with the badass trophies and let's not do what I would do in real life. That's the least cool thing.
I, Marty and Schneider, am upset.
You kid, Hannah, but that is how I would start.
So do you all kind of just decide to leave?
Yeah, is Tomas gonna come with us?
Yes,
Is he packing
he's
bag?
clearly not staying
Okay.
here. I will say, because you cast the spell earlier, Tone, you cast Detect Thoughts, and you did say you wanted to extend it, and then there were other conversations, but I'll say this. Do you want to go deeper into that last thought that he had before you leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to dive in as much as possible.
So you dive into the thought, and again, it's kind of like free association because he's unconscious. It's not like as linear of a thought, but you dive into the thought of most delicious thing I've ever tasted as the last thought before he passed out, like before he fully passed out. And you realize in that thought, there is this sense of resentment, of anger, of bewilderment, of joy. It's very complicated. And as you delve into the thought of most delicious thing I've ever tasted, you realize, kind of swimming through this sea, he means the last bit of soup that he tasted after you dumped all those ingredients in. After you dumped all those ingredients to ruin it in your way. much like Remy and Ratatouille, you made it. You made it something different. He doesn't know, like, his thoughts are trying to figure out what you possibly could have done to it, to make it so good in that flash of a moment. And the thoughts also of just him. Make an insight check while you're in here. It's kind of free association.
Okay. 12.
You don't really get much more other than you can tell that, like, within how he's thinking, he was an incredible chef, still is an incredible chef, but lacks imagination. But that's the thought behind the last thought that you kind of get, which is, again, that the soup that you added to was the most delicious thing he's ever tasted.
All right.
Should we undelicious it before we go? Like, make sure we put, like he can't use it.
Yeah, I did want to dump it out on the ground around him, but we could, like, mix some literal, like, feces in there before.
No, I don't mean literally feces, but like, just make, whether we fuck with the recipe or
well, none of you know, like, this is
dump it outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you guys want to dump the soup, you can. I think what I'm gonna do is
You gonna try it?
I'm gonna
Oh fuck, you can't taste.
I can't taste it. I'm just gonna take some, like, ketchup and just put it over the wall and just say thanks for dinner. And in a
you're leaving a note.
And then I'm gonna leave.
Okay. You leave.
I'm ready to bounce.
Yeah,
the crew.
Basically, like, as you were talking and discussing, Tomas went upstairs, got, like, a bag together, starts walking down back with you. All right, we going to David's?
I take the salt on the way out.
Okay. You got some salt.
I dump the soup and I leave the pot upside down. No, on its side. It's more humiliating.
The soup begins to pour out as
on the floor. I want it to be as hard to clean up as possible.
It
put it in
kind
the
of
corners.
starts dripping onto the floor as you kind of have seated your father up, surrounded by these, what he would consider failures of his trophies, facing this message. What are you doing, Goldtug?
I'd like to, like, try and carve a little, just real quick, carve whatever vegetable is lying around into, like, a little skull and impale it on, like, a fork and leave the fork propped up like it's a head on a stick.
What did we have? What did we do for your whittling checks again? Was it performance or was it
Have I had to do a whittling check? I do not remember.
I thought you did.
Maybe like very early
game.
Yeah, very early on.
If we did.
I think it was.
Is it like a? I mean, I have
sleight of hand. Do sleight of hand check.
15.
It's great. Once again, your artistry is truly immaculate. Really, like you were born to do this, and you whittle this thing down.
Yeah, Golzog starts in on another one until someone calls him to come with them.
Well, Golzog, you could have coming. You all
and we take all his wine.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. So basically, from things to remember, you have all of his wine, you have a bunch of his recipes and ingredients, you also have the information about the familiar farm, whatever that means to you. You could ask Tomas about that because he's the one who is looking into it. And also, one of you has a wishing stone, but we don't have to talk about that. Also, the knife.
By the way, can Zara wear the ruby glove like it's a little bodysuit? Because it's a glove and she's tiny. So can she, like, put her legs in the two middle fingers and her arms in the other two fingers?
I'll tell you right now, because it's magic and it's also just easier for me to do. It's like the One Ring. It just completely shrinks to whoever is wearing it.
Perfect.
Great.
I mean,
That's not as funny.
But also, she already has a full safety vest on all the time.
That's true.
We can't just keep loading her up with things. And it's specifically.
Oh, can we swipe the like dried meats and cheeses and stuff? That's good travel food.
If you want, yeah, sure. You'll have some good dried meats and cheeses with you. You have a good makings of charcuterie board in your bag of holding. I know that sounds good, right? Damn, I shouldn't have said that. I want one right now. So you start making your way back to David's kind of solemnly after this odd dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
I answered for the group, but I think we should.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. You guys have been doing a lot. In-game, the day has felt like a month of some kind. As you guys have been shopping and doing this all day long. You get back on one of the air taxis, and you find your way back to David's.
On the way over, Marabella wants to just like, as she's walking next to Tomas, just like give his hand a little squeeze as like a, you'll be good. And then depending on the vibe check, we'll either let it go or keep it there.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Tomas, she's trying to kill you. Get down.
Persuasion. Roll a persuasion. This is just persuasion check.
I am gonna guidance myself.
Okay.
I nat 20'd!
Okay. I'm gonna tell you all something right now. I literally thought in my head, because I rolled a check for Tomas, and he rolled a botch, and I was like, the only way that she can salvage this is if she rolls a nat 20. That is what I thought to myself. That he rolled a botch, the only way that it becomes a neutral thing is rolling a nat 20. You see that there's a moment where he kind of flinches, almost as if he's kind of still a little bit nervous and shaken by the experience, and he almost flinches from you, looks over to see that it's you grabbing his hand, and then offers it to you again. He kind of pulls away first, and then looks into your eyes, and he just goes
my sad, tired eyes.
Eyes like no one has ever seen.
Like no one has ever seen.
And kind of takes your hand and squeezes it back. I'm so happy you rolled that, because it was about to be a moment where he was gonna whip his hand away and be like, "Oh, sorry." I was like, "Oh man, come on,
come on,
come on." Okay.
Yay! We have a nice little secret moment in the air taxi.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Very cute.
As you guys get back to David's, the hustle and bustle, now that it's nighttime, and Fable Rise is very pretty at night, fairy lights everywhere, illuminated. You see that the hustle and bustle that was happening earlier in the day has been pretty much silenced, taken down. It's very quiet around David's. Make a perception check, all of you.
Oh no.
19.
Perception. Oh, 24.
God damn it.
Okay.
7.
You all are tired. You're kind of slugging back, but you see that there is pinned up on the door of David's is a notice. And it's from the city council
Oh no.
And as you're kind of getting up to it, you're kind of reading this, and it says notice of closure.
Who are we murdering?
Notice of closure. Incorrect permits.
What?
Visit City Hall to rectify.
I got thrown in jail for these permits. I guess not those
no.
permits.
And it's signed, and you can see that it's signed. Head of the city, head of not the city council. It's head of oh my god, head of infrastructure. The brothers Dumar.
Dylan, I'm aware that this is a game and it's a fictional world and etc. I'm fairly upset with you. Right now.
Livid.
You didn't have to make this happen. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We don't know
What are you doing?
what
Why?
permits
Oh
they're
yeah,
referring
technically
to. There might
we
be
don't know
other
what
ones.
permits. Yeah, because you did the permit for the tree. That's not. You don't know what the permits.
Bam!
are
We
for.
wish we had all
Fuck
the
you,
correct
Dylan!
permits, and David's could never be closed. Done.
So you get there, and you see that as you're kind of walking on in. What do you do? Do you walk on in?
Yeah,
yes,
we got it.
Tamarel could actually be a useful ally here because she wants to partner.
Mm-hmm. You walk in, and you see, like, there are some of the employees still there, and you see, David just kind of like head and hands, his gigantic like minotaur hands. He's just like, oh man. And you see like his mom from back goes like, oh, there you are, honey. They're here. He's been apoplectic. It's been a nightmare. He goes like, oh, hey gang.
David, what has happened?
I wish I could tell you. I swear, this is some true, and take it from me. I know this is some bullshit. All right, this is some absolute bullshit. Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right, I made deals, okay? I made absolute deals to make sure that none of this would happen. I made full deals, all right? That I was fully permitted, so I don't know who is going above who or what's going on. I don't know if this is actually binding or just a threat, but the brothers Dumas, they have put on a fucking notice that we're gonna be closed in like 3 days if we don't get this sorted out at City Hall.
After the whole thing with me and Griselda happened,
Mhm.
and she followed the doors and she found out they were full of shit.
Yeah.
Hearing this, can I go look at the paper and try to make like an insight check to see if there's any kind of whiff of BS
Yeah, make an insight
about
check.
any of this?
Make an insight check.
My spidey senses are tingling.
We can go and kill them.
Not with that roll, but 15. Let's see.
15. You look at it and you're not super well versed in like the signage and how these things work, but you don't see any other symbols of like different gangs or anything like that in the city. You don't see anything off about this, really. But I will say you also don't get like a magical aura off of this either. There's no like magic. It doesn't seem like it's a binding thing, like a contract or anything like that. It just seems like it's a notice. That's all you get from it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you're telling me. Because we could be. I feel like someone is going over someone's head, or is making deals with someone against me or something like that. I don't know. Because this is straight from like the brothers Dumas. This is straight from them. So I don't know. At least I think,
How do we know it was really the brothers Dumas?
And
They have like a seal or something?
And
There's like
just
barely anything on the notice.
There is a seal. You'll see that like there's a seal for it, but
But there is a seal.
Yeah, there is a seal, and he just goes, yeah, I've dealt with a lot of permits, and I've been at City Hall. I haven't dealt directly with the brothers, but one of the things that I know that they do, because I've seen it on a lot of things, is for the most part, they always spell their name a little wrong. And I think it's like it's like to trick people because you know they think that like you're gonna do it like Dumas, but it's always spelled a little incorrect.
Huh.
So either it's someone
That's
who really
weird.
knows the system, or it's them and it's real.
David, I can't help but think that this is because of us. And I don't know why, and that makes me sad.
Hey. Listen,
Someone doesn't like us and what we're doing.
maybe, but I never blame you all. I mean, like, look, without you, I wouldn't even have hope of what anything would be. I'd be, look at the outside of this place. I just can't go to City Hall, and I think that they know that. I think they're banking on the fact that they know I can't get there anymore.
Well, can we go instead of you?
Probably.
Yeah.
You can probably could. I'm sure that there's going to be some stupid paperwork that you're going to have to sign, but
Did Tamarel come to have a meeting with you while we were away at dinner?
yeah, she did actually. Yeah, no, that's why it was kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, this is going to be a good day, and then the sign went up pretty much right as she was leaving.
Well, how did that conversation go?
How did it go?
It went well. It was nice. It was nice talking to someone who shares a vision, I think, metaphorically and literally, of what this place could be. She's kind of a seer, you know, and seems to think that this is like a good investment. I don't know. My judgment's a little bit. I don't, because again, I've made some bad deals, but I liked her. I liked the idea of it.
Did you guys like commit? Is she officially like a part owner of David's, like investor, or?
We didn't sign anything officially at this moment, but she said that that we would do that. I'm committed, but I also wanted to talk with you all before I committed to anything.
Because I'm thinking, if we bring her on, and as long as you're okay with that, she's a partial investor, and we bring her with us, and she'll probably have more standing in the eyes of the government because she's a part owner. So that only kind of strengthens our claim. Because really, what are we?
That's a
Our
great
names aren't on
idea.
any papers or anything like that. You know,
Yeah.
we're just like
Hey.
enthusiastic fans.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like a good idea. I'm so sorry that you're gonna have to deal with City Hall again.
David will do anything for you.
Okay.
Shy of murder and probably even that.
Well, I think she murdered.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'll send something to Tamarel. I'll send something over. And he like kind of whips out a piece of paper that you can tell is kind of like a sending note. And like writes a little note to her. And then you kind of see it like out of existence.
Can I do an insight check on David?
Yeah, sure.
11. I just
11.
want to see if he has any feelings about Tamara.
Feelings check.
You see that he gets a little bit flustered when he says her name. Yeah. Okay. And you see like a note come back and goes,
Oh, right away.
yeah,
She texted back.
it's just,
right
and he goes
away.
like, okay, it's yeah, she's good. She's ready to yeah. And he just kind of like takes out another piece of paper. He's like, I'll sign this. Because it's like fey deals and stuff like that, they're kind of binding even without the legalese of it. So if I just say like, and he just kind of says out loud, Tamarel now owns part of David's.
Maybe you should say a percentage, like the amount she owns.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
Just to protect yourself.
And he
Percentage of
says like, no. He goes like, no. I mean that like we already had that in writing of like how much she would own. So it's okay. Yeah, sure.
Would that
you're
carry
right,
over to this? Yeah.
You're right. And he says like exactly the deal that you had all discussed out loud.
Yep.
And
What was the
Faypack.
percentage they ended up?
The percentage was like 10% it got to for her.
Okay.
10%.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
And again, and he says like, but also she was look, it's a deal. She was cool with the idea of just having a permanent place to stay here as well if she ever needed it. Also, she wanted someplace that wasn't just, she sees into the flames of her fire with she has like a forge god. She's super cool.
She's so cool.
But like, she wanted a place that like, she could come, rest, and also occasionally do some readings for people, because she likes to do some like kind of like fortune telling a little bit. So we're gonna have that installed. Either way, she's good to go. She said that she will meet you tomorrow. Do you want her to meet you here, and then you guys can go to City Hall together?
Or we can meet her at her store, because I think she might have a couple of things for us, and Marabella is just thinking about the tiara.
We'll meet her.
Right.
Yeah, we'll meet her at her store. Probably.
He's like, oh, all right, yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
I need a bat.
Right. No, I'm
I'm
sorry.
covered in soup.
I'm so sorry you had to come back to this. We'll get through this, okay?
We'll all get through it, David.
Okay. Whew. And he kind of like slumps, like slithers off onto bed. You just hear, well, it seems like you all went shopping.
Oh God, this fucker.
I leave. I go to bed.
We can all hear that?
Wait, because it's not. It's a Talavar. It's like
It's a Talavar. Yeah, I leave. I go to bed.
I'd go take a shower.
Hey,
I leave the room. I go to sleep and I leave the room.
Why would we go shopping with you?
Hi, Sir Talavar.
Hello. That's how you treat people. Yes, thank you.
What do you mean?
Why would I go shopping? Is because I would have picked out some better clothes than you did, obviously.
Yeah, but we don't want to go shopping
this.
with you.
It's just that we were doing some pressing stuff, so we figured we didn't want to bother you.
Fine, that's fine.
Hey,
nice to see you, everyone. It's good to see you.
It's nice to see you too, man. And Golzok sort of aside to Zara is just like, look, you do time with somebody and you're bonded for life.
You do time. It was like 12 hours.
True.
I love that.
You shut the fuck up. It changed me.
They dug coal together. Sir Talavar just kind of pouts in the corner. As like his clearly the thing he had prepared is completely ignored, and you all just go up to bed.
Golzok, I do not. I'm gonna stay for the thing he had prepared.
No, he's like, no, it doesn't work. Because I was going to. I need it to be everyone. I need it to be everyone.
Okay. Is it? And it's important?
Well, it's just that I was bored all day and I wanted someone to hang out with a little bit, but I don't.
We've got to give him a job. We've got to.
Yeah. And
that's what happens when you alienate everyone because you're a little dipshit.
I don't know what to do, and so I wanted to. I thought like maybe if I did some more of that fun like ribbing that I do that everyone loves, that everyone would be super into, like that they would be like, oh, I forgot how funny you are, Sataliva.
Golzog, can I for like? Will I lose any of my long rest if I like for an hour before going to bed spend it hanging out with him?
No, you won't. You'll get a full long rest. It's fine.
Excellent.
You'll probably take like 17 psychic damage.
Can I work into conversation that like I'm not sure everyone takes the ribbing the way that you mean
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on. Oh, thank God. 18?
Wait, so you're saying that... You're saying they don't like to be told of their faults and flaws?
No. It might be a material plane thing, like maybe in the Feywild, manners are different, and where we're from, manners are different.
So, but then who will tell them that they dress bad and act badly? Is that not what friends are for, is to tell each other when you look ridiculous and bad?
I just think some words of affirmation might also be helpful. Like when people do good things, maybe mention that more than the bad things, and then they'll take it as positive reinforcement.
But you right now are telling me about things that I do badly.
I am gently suggesting, as opposed to the potentially readable as harsh ribbing that you do.
Your mortal ways are very confusing and weird, but I will try it out.
You're telling me, pal, but I think everyone would appreciate it.
I will try it out mostly because I want to see the look on your face when it doesn't go over well. I want to see the look on your face. Like, I will make you not a deal, because you all get so uptight about that. I'll make you a little like bet that I bet some of my own dragon fairy dust that I'll be nice to them and it will not go well.
Okay. And I bet the absence of hair color that I have, that you being nice to them will go well.
What a weirdly... you understand how the Fae work because it's so weirdly specific. And that is exactly like...
That's what I was thinking. You'd like a weird specific like that.
I do want that. Like, I didn't want that at all, but now that you said
now you
it,
want
I'm like, I want...
the absence of my hair color.
I don't know what I'd even do with that, but I do know that I want it because it's been offered. Good bet, Golzog. I'm sure this is gonna go great for you.
Oh, I bet it will. Golzog extends a finger for Sir Talavar to shake.
So Talavar shakes. You can tell very obviously that he's like crossing his fingers behind his back, like...
I haven't
Do I know what that means for the deal?
No, because it means nothing.
Okay, great. It means nothing. Perfect.
You haven't left?
I never went anywhere. I think I've been there the whole time.
I think both Talavar also goes, ah!
Hey, Zara. We were just making a friendly bet.
Hi, Zara. You're really good at being stealthy.
Thank you. That went over really well, Talavar. Thank you.
Golzog sort of shoots Talavar a look like, see?
It's best 2 out of 3 of them. It's best 2 out of 3 of the interactions.
That was not agreed upon, but
it was implied.
Okay, man, because I like you.
All right. Because also, let's be very clear. She's weird and doesn't react like normal people would.
Hey, remember what we...
Hey, I don't like it when you say mean things about me.
Make a persuasion check.
This is what I was talking about. Advantage?
Oh, that's a
Make it with advantage, sure.
Me?
Yeah, make it with advantage.
Yeah, because I helped you.
This is stupid.
12.
Anyway. 12, okay.
With advantage, it's 12!
Yeah, I rolled a 4 and a...
Oh, Jack, have you used your inspiration yet? You're about to long rest.
I technically didn't because you ended up rolling an at 20 before I rolled the d4.
Oh, there you go.
Boom, perfect time.
I don't know if Dylan will allow it, but...
I will, of course,
I think the
for something
inspiration-
stupid, I will, of course, allow it.
Is the inspiration not a reroll? The one that we have?
Yeah, inspiration's a reroll, yeah.
So
Yeah.
16. I don't have the
16.
inspiration.
16, he just goes... What a weird way of lying that sounds like the truth.
Aw.
If I find out you're both in on this bet, it's null and void.
Of course.
If I find out you're in on it,
This is above the table. I was literally standing there watching the bed.
I thought you said you went to bed.
he did.
No, I never did.
I'll say this right now. So Talavar, even if you didn't stealth, didn't notice you.
I have no excuse like that. I'm sorry.
I just go to the shelf where I've been sitting and be a dog.
Goldstock
You
sort
don't
of
wanna
watches
just
her
sleep
go to
on
the
the
shelf,
bookshelf.
Yeah.
and then watches her sit and go completely still, and then keeps watching until Talavar says something.
So Talavar just goes, all right, see you tomorrow, Gozog, when the normal people wake up, and let's see how they react.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
All
Yeah.
right.
Once Golzog looked away to deal with Talavar, I moved to a different shelf and then.
Oh, Golzog looks back at the Golzog looks back at the original shelf and then sees that she's moved and is like, and then goes to bed.
Okay, you all get a long rest. No weird dreams. You're fine. You all get a long rest. Wake up.
I washed my clothes. I just want to know. I would just want it to be noted when I was washing myself. I also washed my new cute clothes from all the soup.
Okay, noted. You wake up in the morning. Zara, I think you would have noticed this because it's sitting on the shelves early in the morning. A messenger from City Hall came over with like a stack of papers, like a huge stack of papers. And David has just been like looking through all of them all morning. One by one, he's just going like,
Can I stealth follow the City Hall guy?
Sure, you can try.
The party.
What?
If you
Oh,
want
John's with the party?
if you want to stealth and follow the City Hall person, sure.
I just want to make sure he doesn't. I'm gonna come straight back. I just want to go on this. I only need 4 hours of sleep. I think as a doll or whatever. I don't need that much.
I mean, okay, sure. This is still early in the morning. This isn't like 4 a.m. This is like
Oh, I see.
in the morning. This happens.
Okay. Is there a way to do this without splitting the party? Can I just go see where he goes and then come back?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to do it, do it.
And what's the guy doing? Delivering mail?
He delivered papers. Yeah.
Papers. It seems like legal documents or something.
I have been.
Nat 20?
No,
Okay.
I wasted all my luck on those nat 20s. This is investigation, right?
Worth it.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
6.
You kind of hop off the table, and this is truly just with investigation. You hop off the table. Make a perception check as well.
21.
You hop off the table. You go and outside to follow them. You don't really know how City Hall people look like. You don't really know how they're dressed. You do lose them for a second, but you watch them walk, and they don't seem like they're veering away for anything like that. They seem like they're heading towards City Hall, or at least the air buses. They don't do the thing that you saw those other two do, where they started talking about how good they were at tricking you or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. It seems like they're going about their day. You can follow them if you want, but
if he heads back to the City Hall, then I'm just gonna go back to the.
It seems like it seems like he's heading back there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll head back.
David is again just kind of buried in the papers. And he just goes, all right, this is all way above my head. As he sees you kind of walk in. Are you all waking up at this point?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, can I help him out with the papers?
Yeah, you go over and you look at the papers. Make an investigation check.
Can I use speed read to read it through all of them?
Yeah, you do speed read. What you're able to see is that it seems like this is official. It doesn't seem like this would be too much minute work if it was like some other thing. It seems like this is from City Hall. It is all these like weird legal loopholes, talking in circles. A lot of it seems like absolute nonsense, like almost to the point where it feels like gibberish, where it's like you have to take these forms in triplicate to this window, then at this window you have to get those 3 things signed and then copied, and then you have to take those 3 things to the window 4. Then when you get to window 4, you'll put those 3 things into, and it's like it's all these instructions going round and round in circle. And as you're reading it all, you're like, this is essentially a labyrinth of paperwork. It is just like a labyrinth of paperwork that you're looking at.
May I do an investigation check to see if there are any loopholes that could be used to our advantage?
Yes. Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. All right. Oh, come on. That was so close. It was like 15.
15. So
The first
as you're reading through this, you are clocking spelling errors everywhere, grammatical errors everywhere. And you keep looking through it, and you're looking through all of these papers, and you're like, where is it? And then you look at the front page of the thing. Like, you look at the front page of the contract, and it reads like a normal page, but then there's just this one small footnote that you're able to see that just says, like, VIP status, skip the line if you answer this riddle.
Killer. Great.
Like, just fully right there, just if you answer this riddle. And you see, let me just make sure I have the right one correct. Yeah.
I love riddles.
You see just a riddle written very like right, and you're like, it's right on the front page. Make an insight check as I find the riddle that I was supposed to use and it left me.
5.
5. Okay, you don't get much more. But you see this riddle written. And I will try to also copy it for you all into chat so you can just read it. So what goes up, but at the same time goes down, up towards the sky and down towards the ground. It's present tense and past tense too. Come for a ride, just me and you. I put it in chat for you all.
Thank you.
I'll put it in actual chat as well, just in case.
Oh no.
Can you just do the one that's like, I travel the world but stay in a corner?
That one also
this
sounds.
This is a good one.
Terrible.
This is a good one. What goes up at the same
How
time?
about like
Goes down.
I have a core, I'm a delicious red fruit, I was in an early part of the Bible, and then the answer is like an apple.
Up towards the sky and down.
Trivia. Can we do trivia?
I've given you
putting
your
it in the group
parameters.
chat.
What is this?
Is it current? Is it a current?
Oh, can
Do
I
currents go
cheat?
up and down?
Can I call upon the cat that says he knows everything?
Sure.
Cat,
Yes?
read this riddle. What is it? What's the answer?
Oh, yes, that's a classic.
Great, what's the answer?
Oh. Oh, do you need something from me, Zara?
Yeah, the answer to the riddle I literally just asked you.
Oh,
Is Zara
I'll-
having this conversation in front of everyone?
Yeah, but it is in her head, so she's just having the half of it. She goes,
But she's speaking it out loud, right?
are you speaking out loud, or are you just doing it in your head?
I'm speaking it out loud.
Yeah.
Golzog elbows
So-
Mirabella and is like,
At the same time it goes down.
I know the answer, of course, but I'm going to need something from you, Zara. That's how it works.
Okay, what do you need?
I need you to admit that you have friends. But mean it, and I'll know if you're lying.
Everyone has friends, Cat. Okay?
That is, you know that's not what I mean, and that is not a loophole in this. You just said everyone has friends. You didn't admit that you have friends at all.
That's actually not true because by saying everyone has friends, me being in that group of everyone, that is admitting that I have friends.
You're deflecting because also
I'm not deflecting. You just don't understand basic
You think you're not
logic.
everyone. You think you're not everyone.
I do think I'm everyone.
You think you're the
literally
exception.
how? Literally
you always
how?
think you're the exception.
Can I suss out, without hearing the cat, what she's arguing about?
I mean, make an insight check with disadvantage.
Yeah, of course. Of course with disadvantage. Okay. Yeah, neither were good. 5.
Yeah, you have no
Use
idea what's
inspiration.
going on. No, he had disadvantage.
Oh.
You had no idea what's going on. Right now.
Ride. Something you can ride. What are things you can ride? What are like things you can ride?
Come
Like
for a ride.
Oh. Jasmine, just admit
me
that we're your
and
friends. It's not even about the role play element. You can take it all back. I want the riddle to be solved. It's stressing me out.
I feel like I've heard this riddle before. That's why I'm like.
I have never heard any riddle that I ever hear before in my life. Even if I think I've heard it, I'm like, I have no idea what this is. In fact, I'm gonna read it again. Not again, for the first time.
Yeah,
What goes up, but at the same time goes down. Up toward
A
the sun.
circle?
Yeah, and David kind of like looks over and he's just like, "What are you all doing?" Oh, they always trick you with the fine print. That's actually such bullshit. They are so weird over there at City Hall.
You don't know the answer to this, do you?
No. That's
Tomas, what
wild.
about you? You're smart.
Tomas? Oh yeah, Tomas wakes up, goes like, "Hi, what's going on?" Oh, a riddle? I don't know that one.
Can I roll to solve it?
Roll.
What goes up, but at the same time goes down?
There are times where I will let you roll for riddles. Make just a straight intelligence check. No investigation, just an intelligence check.
It's just that.
Oh my god, those 3 nat 20s really fucked me.
You got a wish.
you got
It's
a wish.
just a 10.
You got the most powerful spell.
It's not a
10.
shadow, is it?
Something you ride.
I think one thing that you might want to
No, it says
look at is
come
ride,
for a
and it's
ride.
present tense and past tense too.
Dragon.
The present tense and past tense too, and ride.
Fence, camping.
Everyone in the Twitch chat being like, I know it.
The
What is
thing
something you
is,
ride?
Oh no, I hate that.
life is already a tedious and complicated riddle, and D&D is supposed to be my break
Well,
from such things.
And
The
but
party's
here's the thi-
having a full
but here's the
psychotic
thing,
break.
this is how I had to do Fey bureaucracy, is I had to give you something that would make you as upset as reading through paperwork. And since I can't do that, here's a fucking riddle. Here's a riddle. There is a way out of it, obviously. But
What
also
kind
you
of
should
ride?
But also it's
What
this
are
gives you you asked for a loophole, right? You asked for a loophole. This gives you one. If you can't figure out the riddle, you just don't get that loophole.
You should be so grateful that I'm not just Googling.
What
it.
are,
Wings?
is it? You could ride a. Did you say
No.
swing?
Wings. Because they're flapping.
But not at the same time. They
I'll
flap
say this:
up
make
then
make
down.
make a history, make an intelligence check.
No.
Okay, well,
Anyone?
I was gonna say John, but
Oh yeah, I've already made an intelligence check. and it
I'll
was-
make it. I'll make an intelligence check, but I.
Mhm.
I think I.
You might have already gotten it.
Come
I think
for
I know
a
what it is.
ride. Just me and you.
Okay, so that
A
intelligence check
fireman
was
bull?
nothing.
Okay. Okay, so what are you thinking, though?
Is it a seesaw?
Oh.
You see, on the page, all the paperwork burns up into ash, and you then just get a single page that is kind of like a DMV QR code, almost like a DMV, like, present this to the teller and it will take you to the front of the line, as you have been granted VIP status for this claim. It was a seesaw.
I don't understand the.
A seesaw does not go. It does
Present
go up
tense
and down
does go
at
up
the
at
same
the same
time
time.
because of the other seat on the other side.
I don't
God.
understand the present tense and past tense.
See?
Oh,
Saw.
you see and you
It's
saw,
both
you
C and
fuck.
It's because I thought I think what clued me in is I think you because I thought you said swing a second ago.
Oh, well, I was gonna
And
say
then
if you,
so-
she said wing, but you heard swing, and I was gonna say on that intelligence check that you were like on the right.
I
path
hate you.
With well,
I
if you-
have
if you
heard
hate
this
me-
before,
if
and
you
I'm
hate
mad.
me, the brothers Dumar are going to really infuriate.
No, I am
Are the
not
brothers
This is
going
gonna be a
Dumar,
bad
like-
time for Marty.
I
The brothers
fucking hate
Dumar-
bureaucrats
I know
in
who
real
the brothers
life.
Dumar are.
Yeah,
Oh my
they're
god, you
fucking
got a
team-
boba?
They're Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
And you
Oh!
shall receive.
Did us talking about it, or did you text Monty and was like, please order me a boba?
No.
Let me ask you something, Dylan.
uh-huh.
Do their propeller hats actually make them fly?
No, they don't have propeller hats. Everything you've seen of them have been two. Anyone who plays Bioshock Infinite, Lutece twin-looking motherfuckers in tweed suits.
Are
like
they
little glasses.
portly, like in
The-
the cartoon?
They have some, yeah, they have some
Some
portliness
heft.
to them.
Yeah.
They're hefty, for sure.
Should we go visit the Walrus and the Carpenter and get like some
I mean, there's
insight
be
on
no
these guys?
reason for you to do that in game, but
You're right, that's true.
We could go do more shopping.
yeah, should we go to the junkyard? I just have a feeling like we should go to the junkyard.
Oh, wait a minute. I'd
What?
like
What's
to
up?
I'd like to take my little Snapple fact and
Mhm.
see what today's Snapple fact is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh
today's
yeah,
Snapple
fuck!
fact.
I gotta look at all my shit.
I've given you a lot of shit because you guys love getting shit. Which is why I'm like totally fine if you forget some stuff because it's like,
We're greedy little item whores. I don't know
That's
what
true.
to tell you.
you just see, well, yeah, it's not Snapple. It's like,
Michael Buck.
It's what I'm calling it. I know it's not.
but it's
a
like
balled
words
up
of
piece paper.
affirmation, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, let me go to my table that I have here for this.
Huh.
Here, yeah. Sorry, it's deep in my list of things.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the chance to love and be loved exists no matter where you are.
Wow. Hey. The chance to love and be loved is the same no matter where you are. Isn't that nice?
I have a
Okay.
monocle that if I stare at something for long enough, it falls over.
Yes, you do.
That's my response to what Tone said.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
And
man.
it was okay. I've never seen anyone get VIP status. To be honest, I don't even know what that line would look like. But you don't have to do this mountain of things. I guess you have to skip to the front of the line, which is great. Just so you know, the brothers Dumas, they made everything about the legal system here in this city. It is airtight. They are known to be some of the most baffling deal makers in the entirety of the Feywild, alright? Be careful how you do, because, to be honest, sometimes it's like you don't even understand what they're saying. Because everything they say, to be honest, sounds so stupid. But they have to be smart, right? They're two of the founders of the city. So, like, what am I missing? I must be an idiot if I can't figure out what they're talking about. So don't let them get in your head, because, like, I think that they might be, like, some of the most powerful wizards that have ever been.
Oof. Okay.
The answer is
It
seesaw.
feels like they get. Yes, it feels like they get people with trickery.
I'll stab
No.
them.
He's like, oh, I wouldn't threaten violence against founders of the city. That might be bad, but
I'm really not gonna threaten them. I'm just gonna do it.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
So, but now we can get to the front of the line, right? We have the VIP status.
Yeah, I mean that's you just see David kind of go, yeah. Wait, maybe we should read what the VIP thing says.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. That
And
sounds
David
good.
David looks at it and goes, yeah, you're getting to the front of A line, it says.
Oh,
There's gonna
Oh.
be, and he just goes, look, gang, I'm sorry. There's gonna be some shit you gotta do, I'm sure. I've never been to the VIP line, so I don't know what it's like. It says something about riddles and trials. But again, do not let their intellect fool you. You guys take
oh,
the VIP
man.
pass. I think Tomas kind of decides that he's going to stay, kind of get acquainted with David's. He's a little bit rough around the edges after last night and what happened with his father. He stays back. And you all set off.
How the fuck do you spell bureaucrat?
Bureau and then crap.
Yeah.
You all set off towards Smelt the Roses first, of course, to pick up Tamarel, and off to City Hall to deal with two of the founders of the city and see what their deal is. I'm sure it's going to be normal and not annoying in any way, shape, or form. I'm
No
sure there
way.
won't be more riddles for you to solve.
No.
Yay!
Ah!
Yay! And that's where we'll end for the night. Yay! They are Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. I'm very excited.
Oh,
about
like
this.
Hitchhiker's Guide. That's what Vogons are. They're from Hitchhiker's
Were you
Guide.
trying to figure that out in the chat this entire time?
Was just thinking about it.
Okay. Thank you again so much for being here. I'm so happy that we got that our ship seems to be sailing. Guys, while we're doing, come up with a Marabella Tomas ship name, because we haven't had that yet. So please, let's see what that is. And we haven't gotten that yet. We now are moving towards actual face-to-face time with some of the founders of the city. Let's see what that will bring. I'm sure that might bring some very important stuff going on. Reminder, I will remind you all of all this, of one item that you do have. You do happen to have the severed head of a queen in your bag, and
Right.
she may
Oh, that's
know
right.
things.
Oh,
Just
Good
fuck.
reminder.
Just a
I
reminder.
keep
that you do
forgetting we
have-
have the
Also,
severed head of a queen.
Would she just get us more VIP status and she would get let to the front of the line? But
we'll get into that in game, but I will say she's not a queen here. She doesn't
Oh,
have
okay,
really
sure.
any jurisdiction
But she's
here.
still a foreign diplomat here, right?
We'll
What's
see.
left of what?
Well, anyone have anything they want to plug before we end off for this evening?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have been working on some really cool promo art for Hero Club, and very excited to show it to everyone. Can't show it to everyone yet, so on Thursday I will be continuing the side project of the Here There Be Monsters crew in a fun tableau all drinking together. Come watch me draw it. That's Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
On this Twitch. On this profile.
Anyone else? Okay. I will say Goodbye, gang. You're the best. We'll see you next week, I believe. We'll tell you if anything changes. And yeah, see you then. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.